songs. I like being poets at an arcade, soaking moonlit falls, unbroken past this inundated orb that we call home. And it's night and I'm alone and I'm alive.
Good Monday afternoon. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. This is the Indie Kid coming at you. Just want to bring you guys a baseball bracket breakdown as the tournament brackets were announced just a few hours ago and coming to you a little later than I hoped, but the mountain bike trails were calling my name and I had to go scratch that itch. But before I get any further or get into any of the stuff, on this Memorial Day, just want to thank all you veterans out there, past and present, who have, risked your lives, given your lives to fight for this country, allowing us the freedom that we do have here. Freedom's definitely not free, and can't thank you guys enough for all your sacrifice and your service. Appreciate you guys. Again, I can't state enough, so thank you. But make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit subscribe. Again, it drives the algorithm. It drives those stats, that data, and drives it out there where more people can see it. So make sure you hit thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, make sure you check that out as well. But thanks for tuning in. Division I baseball brackets were announced today. Tennessee comes in at the number 3 overall seed. Kind of said it yesterday on the post game that I thought 2 or 3 was where they would go, just based on everything I had read. And I think they would have beaten Arkansas yesterday. They would have been the 2 seed. I think with them losing, it put them at 3, but still pretty good. But man, this if you guys haven't seen it already, this regional that Tennessee's hosting is brutal. You got Tennessee playing Wright State Friday at 6 p.m. That's going to be on ESPN 3, the Watch ESPN app, so you can check it out on there. And then the other 2 teams in it, you've got Duke as the 2 seed and Liberty is the 3 seed. But, man, what a matchup Tennessee's gotten right off the bat here. I don't understand how Wright State is a 4 seed. And I'm just kind of looking over some of these brackets here, man. And Tennessee has, if you're looking at the RPI, the ratings percentage index, all 4 teams in Tennessee's bracket rank in the top 36. Tennessee comes in at number 5 in the RPI. Duke is 20. Wright State is 24, and Liberty comes in at 36. Right, just a tough bracket, man. I look at some of these other ones. I just look across at Vanderbilt's bracket. They play Presbyterian, who was barely over 500, and then they have Georgia Tech and Indiana State. It looks like that 4 seed paid off a whole lot more than that 3 seed. That 4 seed for Vandy paid off a whole lot more than Tennessee's 3 seed. I don't get it. I don't get how they come up with this or anything. I know people said, well, they try to keep it regional, but, I look up above, you got Oregon's bracket. It has Oregon, Gonzaga, LSU, and Central Connecticut. So, I heard something, it allows the fans from each team to travel. Well, LSU and Central Connecticut's going a long way. So, but I mean, you're to be the best, you're going to have to beat the best. And this Wright State team, been taking a few minutes just looking over everybody's statistics and stuff, and they are the number 1 offense in all college baseball. They've played 46 games, and they've scored 488 runs, which is 11 more than the next closest team to them, which is Arizona. And Arizona actually played 9 more games than them. And I just looking down through here, Wright State played a lot less games. San Diego State is the only one I see on par with them looking down there. Jackson State played a couple less. But in turn, Tennessee played 60 games, scored 429 runs. So Wright State has outscored them by 59 runs. Phenomenal. And, just looking at it, looking at batting average here, Wright State ranks number 1 in the country, 342 team batting average. Tennessee's nowhere in the top 50. Where Tennessee counters is Tennessee's got a top 10 ERA. They're one of the best pitching staffs in college baseball. So this is going to be an interesting matchup come Fridays. This team can score runs, and they can hit. Just looking up and down their lineup right here, I kind of looked at their pitching. Decent, all three of their main starters. You got Austin Klein, 3.07 ERA, made 10 starts in 13 appearances. Bradley Bremer, 3.54, and then Jake Schran, 4.15 ERA. So definitely respectable ERAs there as well. I think their bullpen might be Tristan Hott has a 0.77 ERA. They don't have many saves. So that tells me right there they're just blowing teams out when they're beating them for the most part. They've only have 5 saves on the year. So, what's one of these pitchers? How can they handle it if it comes down to crunch time? But, again, I don't see how in the world this team is a 4 seed. Not based on their RPI, not based on their record. They're 35-11. And their batting averages, just looking at their starting lineup, it ranges from 397 down to 243. And, it doesn't appear they have a ton of pop. Their top home run hitter, Tyler Black, 14 home runs. I'm sorry, Quincy Hamilton, 17 home runs. And then there's 2 guys with 14. Yeah, they've got some pop here, I would say. And, no, I'm looking at doubles. I'm sorry. Quincy Hamilton, 14 home runs. Sammy Sass, 12 home runs. Tyler Black, 10. But lots of doubles, high batting averages here as well, and I keep stating that. So it's going to be a tough matchup right here, and I've got to think Chad Dallas is probably coming out of the gate as your number 1 starter. I would probably see Tidwell going Saturday. So if everything goes according to plan, it looks like that. Just looking at the start times here on Friday, Duke and Liberty play at noon. Tennessee and Wright State play at 6. And then Saturday, same game times. So the losers of games 1 and 2 will play at noon. The winners of game 1 and 2 will play at 6. And then on Sunday, the winner of game 3 will play the loser of game 4 at 2 p.m. And then the winner of game 4 will play the winner of game 5 right there. So somebody's going to have to play 2 games on Sunday. And then if needed, they will play again Monday at 1 p.m. To see who goes to the Super Regionals. But this is a tough bracket. Duke's red hot coming in. Liberty is a good team as well. Tennessee faced Liberty a couple years ago when they went to the Chapel Hill Regional. Liberty beat them, and then Tennessee came back and bounced them. So those 2 teams will be a little bit familiar with one another. Again, Duke won the ACC tournament. They're red hot right now. So Tennessee's going to have to bring it this weekend. And again, this bracket, there was definitely no favors done for them being the overall number 3 seed. I like to know the reasoning on that, but you show up and play and do your job. That's what it's going to boil down to right here. And I still will feel confident with Tennessee going with Chad Dallas. I feel pretty confident he'll be the game 1 guy. And he's been pitching pretty well last few weeks. He looked pretty good against South Carolina, went into the 8th inning there, and then he pitched well against Mississippi State this week in the tournament as well. Tidwell's been throwing good as well. So best case is Tennessee goes 3-0 in this thing and gets it over with. But, they're going to have to bring it. They are going to have to bring it because there's some teams that can hit. There's some teams that can pitch in this field. And, just looking at stats and stuff, Duke and Liberty stats don't blow me away so much, but they're obviously good baseball teams because they're winning games. Wright State stats are the ones that really they've really impressed me based on what I'm looking. I don't know if that's a result of competition. Are they really that good or what? But we'll find out this weekend. And Tennessee is paired up. If Tennessee wins their regional, they are paired up with the Oregon regional, which I mentioned earlier. Oregon, Gonzaga, LSU, and Central Connecticut. Oregon is the number 14 seed right here. You got to think they're favored to win that tournament. But, Gonzaga's got a pretty good record as well. And then, LSU, I don't think you can ever overlook LSU. But I think there's a really good chance if Tennessee wins, they will host a super regional. I don't see why they wouldn't right there. I mentioned it yesterday. Sometimes teams don't bid on regionals like Old Dominion. There's a 1 seed in their bracket, but they're going to Columbia. They're playing in South Carolina's bracket. So NCAA.com has the updated brackets. There's some pretty interesting brackets in here. If you look at, there's some tough series out there. And, we'll see. Again, I'm kind of scratching my head at this bracket and why it's so loaded. But, I guess that's just complaining. That's just whining about it when you show up and play ball. And there's no reason Tennessee shouldn't beat these teams. They've played with the best team in the conference, best teams in the country all year long. There's no reason they can't show up and do the same this weekend. And I think these guys will be amped up. I think I know definitely Coach Vitello, he's itching to get back out there after the loss yesterday to Arkansas. And, the road to Omaha starts Friday, 6 p.m. And it's a tough one. And, but Tennessee's the 3 seed for a reason. And I expect them to come out amped up. That crowd, they're bringing in, from what they said, they're bringing in temporary bleachers on that for left field or down the line. I think the crowd will be amped. I think the baseball team will be amped up. And it's on. It's go time. So we'll try to bring you as much coverage as we can this weekend. Boogie and I have already discussed it. We both got busy weekends. So, worst case, we'll bring you a video. We'll try to go live if we can this weekend. But can't promise anything there right now. But we will definitely provide some coverage on it. Sometimes life happens and you got other things that take precedent, and that's certainly the case for both of us this weekend, but we'll definitely do the best we can to bring you coverage. And appreciate you guys tuning into our live shows this weekend. They were a lot of fun. We had some good viewership there as well, and you guys make this possible, so thank you. And be sure to check us out this week. Make sure you're on the lookout through the week. I know Boogie will be dropping videos, some football videos along the way. If there's any kind of basketball news, anything with baseball, we'll drop that to you as well. But I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day today. We'll see you this weekend. It's go time. The road to Omaha starts now. Go Vols.
The dogs howl like me, poets at an arcade, soaking moonlit falls, unbroken past this inundated orb that we call home, and it's night and I'm alone and I'm alive. The dogs howl